Hello, welcome in, everybody.
Lily. How's everybody doing today? You doing all right? Good. I see we're getting closer to filling this room up. And let me go ahead and what the? Hello? There we go. So, a couple things to talk about real fast. Let me get over here. Hi, Twitch stream. Who's on there? We also have a Twitch stream running, just in case you're wondering. If I'm talking to Sir Anthony, it's not because you guys aren't important. It's that we have people online that are watching us as well. So I do love them. They can't be here, but I'll be talking to them too. So a couple big things. Let me go back to what we talked about. This room is getting full. Okay, so the question of the year is, that's a good problem to have, but what do we do? Well, since we have this Twitch setup running, and we have people online, what we're thinking about doing is a couple different things. We're either going to start moving people into here and into there, and I'm going to move this, I'll have to move this setup like somewhere else, or we're going to move to a secondary room where we'll have some of our leadership team in there and in here, and you'll be seeing a live feed of me from in here. Does that make sense? Like this is all in the talking phase because we haven't reached critical point yet, but looking at these rows, I'm loving this, and we are going to be reaching that probably pretty soon. So I like to think ahead, make sure. So any questions, any problems, any ideas about that before I move forward? Because this is your club. This is not the 10 club. So any questions, ideas, thoughts? Think about them now. Anything you want to talk about now? Anything online? Or do you want to just go ahead and think about this and talk to Discord?
I think to add on to that point really is, this is your guys' club. If you guys want to participate and also contribute, there's plenty of possibilities for roles and stuff like that for you to actually have, a position with the club. There's tons of stuff that we plan on doing in the future as well. So if you guys have things you want to be creative with, you guys want to talk about whatever it is, there's plenty of space for you guys to talk about it on the Discord here, or even on the stream if you want to pop into that chat.
So yeah, I'm always on Discord, and I think so is Sir Anthony. Yep. Sir Anthony is also, because there's maybe some new faces. How many here are new? I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, are you new? Just what I'm talking about. Perfect. Okay. First off, my name is SigKill17. Several years ago, back in 2018, we started this club. It grew to 100-ish people. I'm back as a legacy founder. For those of you who heard this, just turn your brain off. I've said this a few times. But for the new people, I'm SigKill17, aka Tim Stover. I co-founded this along with, raise your hand up, not a Chapo, come in Firewall. Back to the corner, we started this club. I was the president, he was the vice president. We came back to start this club the way we used to run it, which is all hands-on, which is all a little bit more fun. We're in here today to hack some stuff and have fun live. Today we're doing CTS, I'll go to that in a minute. We're going to do some NCL, National Cyber League, and Hack the Box live today in front of you guys. So, he's your vice president. Dawn is club mom. Arthur back there with the blue shirt on, he is our teacher advisor. Lily is here somewhere, I think, back in the corner over there. So these are our teacher advisors. And then, we have our secretary right there. Are you going by Nivek, or what are you going by? Melanie. That works too. Let's do. I like Nivek though. That's a nice little Russian.
It's coming back.
Nivek, Melanie, our secretary, and let me move forward a little bit here. Hold on. We have. Oh, there it is. Red coat. Addison is our Minister of Security. Minister of Security just basically keeps a lot of our labs, a lot of our things we're going to be doing live. We're using real hacking tools and real hacking VMs, both for a red team and a blue team learning. Can somebody who's new tell me what blue team is? Weird term, I know. Red team, blue team. Somebody else will tell me what red team, blue team is.
Like the Red Society security team.
Yeah.
They're to prevent attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Red team is attacking. Blue team is defending your network against stuff, finding malware and so forth. What's purple team? It's both, exactly. A lot of companies will do this instead because they will basically it's cheaper to have a red and blue team together to both hack and defend the network. Basically, the group will divide in half, and they'll just run it that way. And that way, it stays internally. You don't have to outsource to a third party to do that stuff. So anyway, his job is to keep us and to keep CSN safe from us. No pressure at all, right? Not a single bit of pressure at all.
And the
You're
rest
fine.
of the internet world, yes.
I've done this before. You're going to be okay. But, so yes, here we have our board real fast. I'm going to go back up for just a second and miss something for you guys. But so we still need somebody or some buddies to do social media for us. We have Instagram, we have Discord, we have Twitch running. So we were looking for somebody who could take over those reins, move us into Twitter, move us into Facebook if you want. I don't care. Do your thing. So anyway, keep that in your brain. You don't have to raise your hands now, but if you are interested, please let, or even on Twitch, let one of us know in Discord, and that you will be involved in it, and then we can pass you off the credentials to those things, okay? Any questions so far? I'm going kind of fast because I'm trying to get to our fun stuff today. We have a new logo. Let me tell you why we had to change our logo. This is funny. I love coffee. Okay. So originally, our CSN logo, do you pulling up on Twitch? Okay, perfect. Originally, our logo had the coyote holding a wine glass with wine in it. Ah, yes. If you see these are the old flyers. These are the old logos. Pass it around. We thought that was funny. We were like, hey. So let me back up 1 second. Does anybody know where our name is a derivative from? I love telling the story. LolzS3C. Does that ring a bell? Does anybody know where that came from, besides sounding cool? Nobody? Okay. Who's heard of Anonymous? Anonymous, yes. Okay, everyone's heard of Anonymous. Okay, so Anonymous started off as a hacktivist group. It basically hacked to get rid of things they didn't like a lot of the terrorist recruiting. More recently, way back, it was the Church of Scientology. They hacked for a cause. Well, part of Anonymous, we started by the way, on 4chan. Who's heard of 4chan? Yeah. So that started on 4chan, the whole thing. Well, LolzS3C was in Anonymous, and LolzS3C said, we don't want to do for all these causes and stuff. We just want to hack for the lulz. So they broke off of Anonymous officially and became LolzS3C. So our name is a little bit of a play on that. It's LOL. Theirs is LUL. There's some differences in the name, but we hack for fun, but we do no harm. Okay? We're here teaching. We're hacking for teaching. I actually teach cybersecurity full time for my job, remotely. I teach government agencies, military organizations, large companies, etc. So when we decided to bring this back, we're like, let's bring back as LolzS3C. We're trolls, we're here to have fun, but we're here to learn. And we're here to teach you the things that CSN may or may not totally get to or don't want to get into because they don't have the ability to set it up. We can set it up. We can do tools hands-on. We're also doing resumes, and we're doing interview soft skills this fall as well, off of a technology side. My goal is to get you guys out of here. Not that I don't love you guys, but I want you to get a real job. In cybersecurity, making good money.
And that's also another blessing of actually having like a position or a role with the club, is you get to put that on your resume as well.
And that is amazing. When I put my presidency and co-founding of this club on my resume, that was a big boost to my resume. And part of the reason why in my job I became leadership skills, management, etc. So actually even being in the club and going on to NCL, we'll talk about that. That's also resume material. Anyway, off of my tangent. Sorry, you all. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, NCL. This is what I kept talking about, National Cyber League. And we have what used to be one of the chairmen of NCL here. He's going to talk to you guys about gamification and CTFs. Really great guy, Dan Manson. Actually, go ahead and come on up now, and then I'll fill in after you.
Okay.
Go ahead and take over. I'll build you up a little bit. Go for it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Manson. I'm a co-founder of National Cyber League. I've been involved with several other competitions, including competitions that were in the HyperX arena. I came out here in December of 17 to semi-retire, not to retire, from California, and in August of 18, we had a game of Titans in the HyperX Arena, and we had 4 or 5 students from CSN Hall play, him play. It was such a cool experience. Imagine playing a cyber competition in an esports arena with free food and open bar. That's what they got to experience. They also playing against professionals, which made it even better. And who drank the most? The guy from Booze Island.
Booz Allen's a hacking company that's worldwide, actually one of the leading hacking organizations in the world.
I really believe, I've been in academia a long time, that what you do outside the classroom is at least as important as what you do in the classroom. And the most important skill you need to develop while you're in school is not a technical skill. It is human networking. You're going to succeed in this field, maybe you don't want to hear this, by who you know as much as what you know. How do you get to know people? Fortunately, I really know how you get to know people. What's going on September 30th in this town? Okay. This has to, I'm going to stay involved this year because I love Tim and I love Paul and I love Lily. And I love face-to-face meetups. I hate teaching on Zoom. But being with you is exactly why I went into this field. Cloud Security Alliance, who has heard of it? CSA. Cloud Security Alliance has a meetup at, I believe it's not PT's, what's the brand?
Sierra Gold.
Sierra Gold. Sierra Gold on Johnson 215.
Yep.
This is what we used to do every month in this town. We used to have a couple of meetups that we could go to and socialize. But we're going to have one September 30th. If you haven't registered, it's sold out. But they're coming back. The face-to-face ways to network are coming back. October 13th, 12 noon to 1 p.m. You can go to the ISSA meeting in town, Information Systems Security Association meeting. You can get a free lunch and free networking. So if you go to ISSA Las Vegas, check it out if you're available on the 13th, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Go there. Yes.
Where is that in town?
Oh, gosh, you're asking me.
We can look it up. It's
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Huh?
I also suffer from a disease, so I think it probably is getting worse. It's called CRS. Can't remember.
You can cuss here, it's okay.
Shit. It's better than the other disease that I see some people get. So there's a worse disease. It's called SDS. And the first two words are shit, don't, stink. That's the worst disease. So mine's bad, but not nearly as bad as that. My goal in my semi-retirement life is to help people connect. I have over 3,000 connections on LinkedIn. Half of them are students and former students. I love connecting with people. There's one thing I love to do more, and that's connecting people to other people. One of my classes for Cal Poly is tonight from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I have one of my star former students speaking. His name is Joe Arian. By the way, when I have guest speakers for my 2 classes, if you want, I can relay to Tim or whoever who they are. You're welcome to join. I have Corey Mazzola speaking to my UNLV class on WebEx Monday night. Do any of you know who Corey Mazzola is?
I know that name.
Corey Mazzola used to be, I believe, in charge of cyber security for the SANS Corporation, SANDS. And he's moved on from that. How do you get to know people in this field?
Network.
You network, and networking online works. It's not nearly as much fun as networking face-to-face. It's a lot more fun to have a beer with somebody and get to know them than to be in front of a screen and looking at them. Even if you have a beer, it's not as much fun.
What about whiskey? Can you do whiskey in
I
networking
want
too?
to help you connect. I want to help you with the Dr. Manson 50-50 rule, which is my legacy from Cal Poly. And that means that the amount of time you spend in your curriculum, match it with your extracurricular activities. So if you're spending 25 hours a week on classes here at CSN, spend 25 hours a week on extracurricular. What is extracurricular? It's clubs, it's competitions, it's fun camps, but above all, network. In this town, we have a wonderful organization called Women's Society of Cyber Jutsu. Have any of you heard of Women's Society of Cyber Jutsu? All of you need to hear about it. There are associations, ISSA, CSA, you need to become part of. The cybersecurity community is in desperate need of two things. Why do we not have the cybersecurity workforce we need? Two reasons. We don't have enough talent and we don't have enough diversity. And so that's my goal, to make cybersecurity a sport, because sport has talent, even the Raiders have talent, and sport has diversity. But if you think we're winning the war in cybersecurity, nah, we're not winning. Microsoft just announced they're going to spend $20 billion over the next 5 years on security technology. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you spend on technology if you don't have the people. There are about 900,000 jobs open in cybersecurity in this country, according to one of my students who works for Caesars. How do we fill those jobs? We develop talent, we develop the diversity, and we connect people. I know a lot about NCL. I can give you advice on NCL. I cannot help you solve a single challenge. And as the former commissioner, the one thing you cannot do is help each other during the regular season game. Before the game, help each other as much as you can. After the game, help each other as much as you can. During the game, you're on your own. Two most important words in NCL: have fun. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dan was a big part of. What's that? Can we talk to him?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead. That's all you then. You've already heard what's
Hey
the
guys,
meeting.
Lily Morningstar here. So, Dr. Manson actually mentioned Women's Society in Cyber Jitsu, and we currently trying to rebuild Women's Society of Cyber Jitsu Las Vegas chapter. This chapter existed before pandemic. When pandemic hit, we got a little too busy, a little too discouraged to do anything. So, if you want to be active in the field, if you want to help other women to get in the cybersecurity and technology world in general, please reach out. lily.morningstar@csn.edu. My students constantly getting reminders to join Discord. I'm there often too, so please join Discord for Cyber Club. You can find me there as Little Monster. And gentlemen, if you have friends, ladies friends, who want to be in cybersecurity, who just don't know where to start, give them my email too. I would like to build a strong team of ladies who not just willing to have a membership but not participate. Because it's good, it looks good on resume that you are a member of some group. But what doesn't look good on resume when you actually cannot show your proof of participation. So if you're ready to participate, if you're ready to put some work into this, let me know. I will be happy to see you. Thank you.
Awesome. So something we don't lack here is opportunities. Now I don't want to cram a whole bunch of stuff down your throat and make you feel like you have to be involved, but it is there and it will help you if you are involved. Regardless, we are happy that you're here. We are happy that we're growing out of tables, and we're going to have to talk about plan next step then. Arthur, we're going to talk this week then. and Lily and Sir Anthony, and is Fleshbot here yet?
No.
Fleshbot will be hung by his fingernails then. Okay. Fleshbot is your president.
I thought it was the little teapot dance.
But he told
I still couldn't decide between the teapot dance or the fingernail, because that's also kind of cool.
But
Still
he
dance
did
pretty
tell us, so he can't.
Yeah, no, he did tell us. He did tell us. I'm not bringing one of the bus.
And Sir Anthony is here, so.
Yeah, well, that's all you need. There's a reason he's invited by me.
And I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So let's talk about NCL and get to the fun things. Okay, so we're going through NCL today. Nato Chapo, the Human Firewall, will walk you through NCL. But registration is open. It's $35. It says by today, but by October 8th is the actual cutoff, and after that's 45. Gym area is open now. We're going to show you that area today. The preseason, which is what he's talking about, preseason and the individual games, is 11 through 24th, and I'm knocking over stuff. Hi, wait a minute. Where were we at? Thank you. I am clumsy. Keep things away from my laptop. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go.
It's not sticky, it's not real keyboard, right?
Team game is in November 5th through the 7th, where you break into teams. Arthur.
For those that can't afford it, if the 35 is outside of your budget, let one of us know. We might be able to find people to cover you, but you have to let us know ahead of time.
Yes, yes, please. It is that important that you do it. So if money is an issue, please let one of us know. Pull us aside, whatever, on Discord, DM me, SickKill17. I'm always on Discord. Not 24/7, but most days. Okay, any questions on NCL? Like I said, we're going into more of it in a minute, but any questions on this and so far? Yes, back.
So we have to pay that to join the.
Yes, it's $35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm also going to show you today one that's free. It's called Hack the Box. And Over the Wire is also free, but NCL, really good stuff, really good platform that it's on. We did it for the club for years. It's so much fun. So yeah, $35 to join up. Any other questions? Anything on Twitch?
No questions on Twitch.
Okay. Anything out here? Okay, let's keep moving forward to the fun stuff. Hack the Box. This one is free. This one, you actually have to hack your way into the login page. You actually have to get it to set up through their website. You have to get it to send you an invitation code, and then you use that code to register. I'm going to show you one of the machines in Hack the Box live today. We'll actually hack it live. It's a Windows machine. You're going to have fun with this one. This is really fun. Okay, Crypto Corner. This will be posted before right when club ends. This will be posted to the crypto channel on our Discord. Last time, Dominic, or what was your? Retro Radish. Dominic.
Retro Radish.
I know, isn't it the best? Isn't that the
Yeah,
coolest
I love
freaking
it.
hack? That's why I say I'm SickKill17. I love seeing your guys' hacker handles. It's so cool. He won it last time. You win it. You do get stickers. We're also going to be doing more prizes and more competitions where we're actually handing away more stuff. I can't talk about it yet legally, but I can say that my work is sponsoring the club. So they're going to be doing a lot of free giveaways of things, big time things, and free food. So stand by for that. It's just some fun things happening in the future. Anyway, does somebody know, can somebody tell me what this is? Like, what is crypto? What is crypto? Anybody? New, old? Crypto?
It's like an encryption.
Your hacker handle.
Answer.
Yes.
Crypto Keeper.
Crypto keeper.
Yeah, he knows
Answer.
crypto.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's basically, this is a message that's encoded. This has been used for like generations and generations. There are different kinds of ways of encoding it. So the goal of this is to decode what this message is. And then the first person who DMs me after club, after 7 p.m., gets the prize. First person. This happens every week. If you don't get it, if you're taking a couple days, still solve it. Like, because people are like letting me know, like, hey, I finally figured it out. And that's cool. You don't win anything, but you learned. You got better. So maybe next time, this is going to be weekly, over and over and over again. More. And as it gets into the semester, though, it will get a little bit harder. Okay. Any questions on crypto? We're moving along. Anything else on crypto?
I'm going to say goodnight.
Bye, Don.
Bye,
Thank
man.
you.
We'll see you later.
Okay.
See you on Discord.
It is CTF, Happy Fun Time. Can somebody tell me what CTF is? What does it stand for? Yes.
Capture the flag.
Yes. Who has heard of cybersecurity capture the flag? Raise your hand if you've heard of this before. Okay, so for a few people who don't know what it is, you basically have to solve a problem, a puzzle. You have to dig through a PCAP. You have to hack into a machine and find a flag. Okay, like Halo, like etc. You get a team's flag, bring it back to your base. You got it. Yeah, you won. So you're doing that. You're finding the flag. Now, what is the flag? The flag is a. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No. What is it?
It's a message that starts with sky, is continued with 4 letters, and then 4 numbers.
Yes, exactly. It does depend on the competition, but it's always a set form. So when you see the flag, you'll know it's the flag. Like for instance, NCL has their own versions of the flag. Hack the Box has their own versions of the flag. But it's a set predetermined numbers of letters that you have to copy and paste in to the answer, and you get points. It's basically gamification of cybersecurity. You take the things that you learned through your lessons, you take things you've learned through hands-on labs like we do here, and you take that into CTFs, where you're on your own for the most part, and you take what you've learned in your blah, blah, blah teacher lessons and your hands-on labs, and you put to use with critical thinking. Now, CTFs are good to have on resumes. NCL, I had NCL on my resume with the scores every season showing a couple things. A, I know what I'm talking about because I've gotten that score. B, I do cybersecurity outside of school because I was here at school until I graduated. I was doing CTFs, in my spare time to learn. I'm also weird, but I mean, hey, it did help. I got a job. So CTFs are really good to have on your resume, especially if you're going for a job in cybersecurity. Now, talk about resumes later. Pow. You want to come down here and look at NCL?
Yep. Now presenting not El Chapo.
Yay!
Do you want to go ahead and get logged
Yep,
in?
I'm logging in right now.
So I'm just going to do a mic check really quick. Can you just hear me?
Yes.
And everybody can hear me in the back of the room. I'm just trying to determine if I can be loud enough with the mask on, or if I need to put the silly plastic.
Feel
on
the
face.
power of the face
So,
mask. Yes.
I know everybody's come to talk to you about the NCL and why you should do it. And so basically what I'm going to do is, while I'm waiting for Tim to get logged in, is where I'm going to go into the gym and I'm going to do a couple puzzles for you, kind of talk my way through it, kind of how my thought process is, how to solve it, just to give you guys a demo of kind of some of the stuff they do for the competition. So does everybody understand? Everybody's good with that?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't wanna-
Can we cut to a few second break
Yep.
while I get set up in?
You want to give them like 10 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Take
Go
a
for it,
5-minute
go for it.
break
You
while
want
they
to
get
put
set
up that
up?
slide? You want to put up that slide?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
God damn it. I'm
We'll
going
be
up.
back. If you guys want to use bathroom, water, stuff like that. you guys
Yep.
have
Please
like
help yourself.
10, 15 minutes. There's 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm putting my notebook in the
Yeah.
Got some things I'm going to talk to you about afterward.
Good.
After club. I think it's good stuff.
Yeah. This is all good stuff.
Are you on a Windows or a Windows?
Windows. I'm just gonna do it on Windows.
What's up, man?
Alright,
Word up.
so I'm going to talk to you about finances because we
Yes.
haven't talked about that in the past 3 meetings.
We have not.
And then I also need to go and talk to you about a possible guest speaker. I have
Oh, good. Absolutely.
a coworker of mine, former Black Hat, got busted for hacking some banks, did his time. and that
Very
was-
familiar with all that. I've
Yeah.
talked to many like that way. So
But he's
that's not a
interested
problem.
in-
Yeah.
He's willing to come and give a talk if we want to make time for him.
Absolutely. We get that. Up there.
He's
But
actually-
yeah, when do you? We could probably hang and talk, maybe for a few minutes after club today. After I post the crypto to the Discord, so I don't get crucified.
But we can go and talk on Discord too. I just wanted to go
Oh
and
yeah,
make
no,
sure
no.
you were aware
We
of
can,
it.
yeah. Either way, just grab my attention, or we can do a Zoom meeting or whatever you want to do, or Google Hangouts. It's all good, yeah. Because we need to talk first to make sure that we have our paperwork in to student government, because once we have that in, then we will be allowed to get $300 from that to put into our school budget, the class for the club budget. So, yeah. So let's, yeah. 1 second, Seth. Do we know if the student government paperwork has been put in yet?
I do not.
We need to-
Fleshpod got the paperwork or the packets from you, I believe, or with you when you guys went down. And that was the first and last I've heard of it.
Yeah,
But I
need
got
to see
some
if the Fleshpot was gonna do
emails.
that. I need to see if he's filled it out yet.
Yeah, I've got some emails recently that someone from the club leadership has to be in person at one of their meetings, and I need to
Yes, that's right.
look it up.
We just- I think
Something
we just-
about
we
like.
need, we just need to send one of us over there for their meetings.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't.
That's it. No big deal.
That would be difficult for me because I'm frequently out of town for work,
There's some water and snacks here if anybody needs them or wants them.
as well as those meetings usually
handle, but you can call him Paul too. It's fine. It's going to walk you through. You're good. It's going to walk you through CTFs on NCL. So let me actually. You want to actually duplicate the displays real fast?
Oh, do you want the screen up or do you want the camera?
Let's do screen on him.
For the screen up.
Sure.
Nobody really needs to see my face when I'm doing puzzle. That's better for
They
them.
can't see your face anyway. You're wearing a mask.
Exactly. So it's not much to look at. So there we go.
You're pretty, Paul.
Yeah.
He's so pretty.
Pretty ugly.
Oh. There you go.
All right.
Hey, is anyone sitting at a computer that doesn't plan on participating in doing NCL right now?
Or hack the box.
Or anything on the computer? If you're sitting at a computer right now with no intention of using it, hand up real quick.
That way
Anybody that doesn't want to go on a computer.
You want to use the computer to use hack the box live with me? Look up stuff for me? You're welcome.
I think I only need
over here.
3 chairs.
Until we
So
figure out.
please, thank you. I'm sorry to move you. Please, thank you.
No, you gotta stay.
What? Door's locked. You can't go anywhere.
Oh, we got one PC right here. A PC's open. If you do want to get on a PC and help me out, right here. If you guys want to hop on one, you guys can. Sally and Callie or Root and Tor? Depends on how old that you are. Ian's older. Is it Callie? Or Callie again? Just K-A-L-I. Yeah. What is that? K-A-L-I. Yeah! Got it. Okay.
Are we good?
Paul.
All the club business is handled?
Yeah.
All right, so everybody can still hear me? Right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I see thumbs up. Back room, perfect. So this is the NCL gymnasium. It's not the actual competition, but when you log in to do the competition, you're going to see a screen that basically looks exactly like this, except it'll say individual season or teams. It won't say gym. That basically, it won't say gymnasium. And you have a little scorecard here, which will tell you how many points are available in the entire game. Your accuracy, which is how good you are at solving the puzzle. So if it takes a couple tries, it affects that accuracy score. Don't really worry about that. It's no big deal. And it gives you an overall completion score. Down here in the module completion, it just tells you how much of each module, which is these little sections on the left, that you've completed. And then in your info screen here, it will basically build a little chart of how much you've completed, and it'll give you a little visual representation of what areas you've done really well in and maybe some of the areas you've struggled in. So it's a good gauge to helping you figure out what you're good at, what you still need to learn. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'll just show you a couple of the puzzles, and I'm just going to start here. We'll try and just go through a couple of the different, a couple different puzzles from each category as we can. We'll see how much time I can do. So we'll just start with open source intelligence, which is really just trying to, it's just information that you can easily find. It's basically how good you are at Googling stuff.
Yep.
And so when you click on that tab, it just takes you automatically into a puzzle. If you click on the little hamburger menu here, it'll show you the different puzzles that are available for that entire section of open source intelligence. Let's see. What's up?
What is open source intelligence?
Open source intelligence is basically just information that's open out there to the public. And like I said, it's mostly just how good you are at Googling stuff.
Thank you, Paul.
Yep, not a problem. That's actually a really important skill in cybersecurity. If you don't know something, it's on you to do some research. I know people saying the term do your research is not really popular in 2021 right now, but in cybersecurity, being able to research things independently, super important. It helps you learn skills. You'll do research on threats, new vulnerabilities. The list just goes on and on. Let's see. What's this one? I don't want to do the picture one right now. So, and as you can see, as you switch puzzles, it gives you different things. If it has an item that it wants you to examine, it'll supply the item, in this puzzle, a picture. And if you need to download it to look at it, it'll give you something in the download manager to look. Where you input your answers are right here in this little box. You can move it around. Of course, I fail when I try to do that. You can move it around, and you will just input your answers as we go. And when you're in the gym, you have a little thing here that walks you through how to solve the puzzle. You won't have this in the actual competition. Let's just do lookup really quick. So when we do a puzzle, when you look at the answer column, like I said, they're going to give you all the pieces you need to solve the puzzle. If when you think of the competition as a puzzle, it's going to give you all the information you need in order to figure out what you need to do. And it's going to give you some background here, and it says answer these questions about DNS. Does everybody know what DNS is? Does anybody not know what DNS is? It's okay. So you don't know. So Tim. You don't know what DNS is, and you're kind of shaky on it.
Depends on the day.
Long story short, DNS is all it does is it's the system that translates. For instance, if you want to go to Facebook.com, Facebook.com does not actually exist out in the web. It's actually an IP address, and all DNS does when you type in Facebook.com into your web browser is it does a series of queries and it says this is the IP address, and then you go to that IP address through all your other technology that makes the internet work.
So what you're saying is it's like the phone book of the internet.
Basically, yes. Does everybody understand that explanation? We're pretty clear on what it does. There's a lot to DNS. There's multiple layers. We're not going to dig into that because that's actually really, really boring. But we're not. So let's see.
That's not what we're here for.
So anyway, DNS. Question 1: what type of DNS records holds the DNS public signing key? So I said this is open source intelligence. So for these questions, when it asks something oddly specific like this, how would I solve this puzzle? If I don't know what's right off the top of my head, I'm just going to copy that question, paste it in here to Google. I got an answer right here. I'm just going to copy that. Boom, it's got the green check mark. That's 25 points.
Hacker man.
Hacker man, yes. I'm the master hacker. So what happens if I input a wrong answer? I'm just going to mess up Tim's accuracy because it's his account. I'll put the wrong answer in. So I'm just going to put not El Chapo.
You want to show them what an error looks like?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put in an obviously wrong answer because my name is definitely not going to be an answer. And I'm going to try and input it. It's going to highlight red. And that's not the answer. That's okay. We can put it in again. And I'm going to go back to the gym to show you what that looks like. So now as you can see my accuracy, it was 0. Now it's 50%. It's 50% because I tried to input answer 2 questions, and I got one of them wrong. That's pretty simple, right? So come back here. And again, you don't need to know everything in cybersecurity right off the top of your head. It's okay to just Google foo it. And there you go. I'm just going to, once again, copy paste. There we go. And we'll just, huh? Oh, okay. So, this little place on the right here, or on the left, wow.
Which way?
It's your left, right.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Right, totally.
So it shows your history, it'll show what questions you attempted to answer, and it'll show you if you got it right or wrong. So if you try a lot of times and you're getting stuff wrong, you can go see what answers you've put in the past so you don't accidentally run into something again and try it again.
Can you do me a favor? Can you press Control Scroll so that people in the back can see the screen? Scroll in, not out.
Scroll in.
Yes.
He wants to make it harder.
Thank you.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, good. That's not what I
So here's your history. There you go.
Thank you.
So you can see 2 correct answers, 1 incorrect answer. That's going to make my accuracy like 75%.
The only people that really have to worry about accuracy, though, people
66,
that really already
okay.
know those answers, right? So if you don't know the answer,
Yeah, the
why
gym,
care
the gym
about
is to fuck
accuracy?
around.
Yeah.
The gym is to learn.
I'm at 70% done, but like 60% accuracy. I mean, it's all good.
You're just doing it.
All
Yeah.
just do it. That's right.
Let's try that. And so here's an example where we might actually get the answer wrong. This is the correct answer to the question, but I don't necessarily know if what kind of answer they want. I don't necessarily know if they want this full answer or if they just want NS record. So here's where it could trip you up. So we're just going to try inputting the first one in and see what happens. Okay, it took it. Never mind. Cool. Mission complete. Let's try another puzzle. Cryptography, that's fun. Number bases. Ugh. Okay, here we go. So, this is going to give you a little guide to just give you some extra information. I don't know how to read, so I'm not going to read that. But, so, it says they've obtained password dumps, storing hacker passwords. It gives you a little background, a little flavor. It's like the world depends on you cracking whatever this is. And all it wants is for you to tell us what this encrypted piece is and put the answer in. Here's where this guide will help. I know what the answer is to a couple of these just right off the top of my head because I've looked at these a lot. This is hex. I know that's hex. I've looked at it a lot to just recognize it right away. But the answer here is it's actually going to be in this chart when we look at hexadecimal. Let's see if they have the hexadecimal section here. So it'll tell you the hexadecimal and it'll tell you about all the ways that letters and numbers work together. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this hex here and I'm just going to Google, using open source intelligence to text. See what that gets me. And that's going to get me some kind of, converter that'll read the hex and just convert it for me. I'm just going to drop this guy in here. There we go. Didn't like that OX there. So there we go. Comes back to Scorpion. I should probably tell you that if you're looking at hex, you can just drop this 0 and X, and the rest is actually your hex password.
Hexadecimal.
So,
Right.
Yep. But you can just drop those two. Your your data is actually here in these right here, just for some wisdom to drop on you. So this right here is base 64. I know because I see the equal sign. I'm like, okay, I know what that is. I've seen it enough. But base 64. There's a guide here too. You can come here and read it. Is base 64 actually in here, or is that a negative? There's a link. Numbers and bases. I want to make sure I kind of guide you correctly so you can try and find the information. Is there a way to get the answer here? Numbers and bases.
The website, base64.com.
Right, I know how to convert it. I'm just trying to figure out how would this information that they provide let me know that's base 64. That's dumb. It's not in there. Is it here? Nope. Just know that equal sign means base 64. There, I helped you out. So there we go. Base 64 to text. So we're just going to do what we did with the hex. There we go. Pop that bad boy in there. Hit decode. Password is scribble. Not very secure there. There we go. So Stevie's password here, so we got the little name for flavor. And it also tells you how much the question is worth. So this one's worth 15 points. Does this actually show binary?
Yep.
It does. It shows decimal bases. It does not actually show the
Oh, that's how you
binary. Okay. Okay, yeah. So it's here. So you can kind of look at this guide here to help kind of I'm struggling here trying to just blast through this because I already know. I want to kind of give you guys use all the clues here. And it's really hard trying to go back to the basics and like, well, how do I do this from step one? So I want to use all the information I can to help you.
The crypty.com.
Yep.
It's a good one too. I use that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try Crypty.
CRYP.
Yeah. I remember Crypty.
Yep.
So Crypty, this is
You click on
yep, it's got multiple converters on here. So if you click here, you can see Morse code, Enigma machine, different cryptographic ciphers, which we'll get into. Let's see, we said you want binary.
It's, you have to actually go in the top left of the other one and click on the drop down.
Okay, bytes,
And then
binary. Okay.
You gotta change the decode
Yep.
as well.
change your
Oh yeah, decode. Yep. Derp. There we go. We're gonna do this.
oh, you have to get rid of the Enigma.
Oh.
Change that to text. Or just get rid of the minus sign.
We're gonna do this.
Are you on box entry?
That's taking way too long for me to figure out right now, and I'm tired. So we're gonna do this. Crypty's cool. You should try it out. There we go. One of the things I do for these competitions is if it takes me, now that I've done it for so long, if I can't figure it out in a minute, I just move on to the next thing, and I will come back to it later if I feel like it. So this one, 35 points. It probably means it's going to be a harder question, but it still looks like binary. We're going to pop it in here. Guarantee you it's not going to give it, it's going to give us some garbled mess because it's encrypted with something else. That's just experience from something else. Cool, it outputted this. We've seen this before, right? It was one of the previous puzzles. What is that? Space 64, right? So we're just going to come back to, we're going to go base 64 to text. Hit decode. Password's lollipop. It's okay if you struggle while you're working on it, but don't beat yourself up if you can't figure things out right away. It's okay. These things are supposed to be fun and they're supposed to help you learn. So I just want to make that clear because working with people also doing the competition in previous years, people have really stressed themselves out over this, and it's not a big deal. Like, there's no failing grade for this. It's just to help you learn, help teach you what you don't know so you can learn later. And there's some stuff that it kind of push you to maybe do some research and figure it out as you go.
It's not about what you don't know, it's about what you want to learn.
Yeah. So, we did a crypto puzzle. Time? Okay, cool. How much longer do you want me to go?
Couple more minutes.
Couple more minutes?
One more challenge.
Challenge, password cracking. Let's do a log analysis because password cracking is a lot the same.
Will you do wireless access exploitation instead?
You want me to do wireless access exploitation? You got fucking, pardon my language.
We have like a week.
You're fine.
You got, you
have a couple minutes.
You're marked as mature content, you're fine.
Yeah, notice that, which
Yeah.
probably smart.
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
smart.
gonna log in. Wireless access exploitation. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how would I solve these puzzles? Do you have Kali on this machine?
Yeah.
You
Actually,
do?
I'm gonna need it for
Okay,
I have lots.
cool.
You wanna boot it up?
So there's a tool that I use for these challenges, and what I do is I'll go into Kali, and I'll use the tool aircrack-ng. And what this allows me to do is when I open it up in Linux, I'll transfer this PCAP, this packet capture file here. It says .pcap, so it's called a PCAP file. I'll download this and I'll put this in Kali. And what I'll do is I will just run it through aircrack-ng, and I'll just let it do its thing, and it will give me an answer. So Most of the time, it's like sort of questions how many IVs are in the packet capture. Aircrack will tell me. And more importantly, I use Aircrack to find out what the password key is. Let's see here. I'm actually going to need Callie for this one. Is there one that I can...
It's in the VM, I think.
Is there one? Because some of these are... I'm just trying to figure out, is there... Because there's sometimes I'll get puzzles. I can just look, besides the password cracking, I can see what I just need in the packet capture, but it looks like none of these...
That one, you can't do that one.
Yeah.
What's an IV?
So, what is an IV?
We have a question, yeah, what's an IV?
I don't know what the referencing.
It was asking if there was.
So, we're just going to Google that out,
There it is.
and here's your answer. It is an initialization vector.
Nice. That's smart.
What if somebody was like, what's an initialization?
You know,
On the screen, man.
like if we want to keep going down that route, we're just going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm just going to teach you how to solve it. Wireless communication. And it immediately comes up with initialization vector attacks. Okay, cool. And you know, you can just go down the rabbit hole Googling terms that you don't know, and I highly encourage you to do some of that, but don't devote your life on one puzzle.
You could be in there for hours, I know.
Ugh, okay, so Callie. Do you have the default password for Callie?
Yep, it's Cali.
Are you dumb?
Nope.
No, it's Callie.
No, no.
So it's a VM. Like, if I'm not going to change the default password. I know people on VMs like this, for something like this,
Okay.
VMs to me are throwaway. So
Yeah,
if I'm going
I
to use it
don't
for
change the password.
competitions, I'm going to spin it up. I'm not changing the default password when I'm done with
It's
it.
corrupted
I'm just going to
immediately.
delete it and fire up a new one.
Done.
Like,
Sure.
let's see. We want to go to packet capture. We'll do the easy
I
one.
know, bastards.
That's okay, I have the.
Save the
my
file.
GitHub thing, but reverse
So
that.
we're gonna. Okay, this is
Oh,
on the
yeah,
desktop.
Yeah. Yeah. I just sudo or root terminal off the top.
Sometimes it lets me just do this. Other times it doesn't. There it is. Okay. And we just want to come up here to. Give me that. Give me. There we go. Crack. Type it in aircrack.ng. I'm going to do that.
Aircrack.
Needs a C.
It is not found.
It's aircraft with a C.
Oh, yeah, I did.
No.
That's why. It's always nice messing up when everybody's watching you.
No worries. No
Okay,
pressure.
cool.
They're not judging
So
you.
now we're in aircrack. No, they're judging me. It's cool. You can judge me all you want. They'd be like, man, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Things can still crack.
And they'd be right. I never know what I'm talking about. I just kind of make it up as I go along.
That's kind of what it would be.
Yep.
So
Bare feet.
I don't care about this. Go away, go away. I kind of want to just shrink this screen a little bit. Give me this. Give me. Okay. There we go. So I just typed in aircrack ng, and all that did was bring up the program, and it just immediately gave me all the commands it needs to run. Not all Linux programs do this. Sometimes you have to put in question marks. Sometimes you have to put in -H. Sometimes you have to put in -H. Sometimes you put in help. Sometimes they don't have any documentation at all, and you're on your own. But this one has the options. And basically, as we scroll through here, this is just, it's going to tell you here where it says usage. If I want to run a command on aircrack, the syntax is going to look like this. I'm going to put aircrack ng. I'm going to put the options that I want, and I'm going to tell it what file I want. So what do I want to do? I don't really know what, you have to give it an attack mode. for as part of the syntax. I don't really know what this packet capture has. I don't know if it has WEP or WPA. I normally start with WEP and then I go to WPA. It's just if the first one doesn't work, the second one normally does. WEP is also, it's easier to do because if I want to do WPA, I have to put a file of different, basically do a dictionary attack at it. So a file of different passwords to throw at it to work. So basically all I'm going to do here, I'm going to do error crack. Did I spell it right this time? Yes, I did.
David's like watching. He's like, come on
A,
now.
and I believe it said it was 1, was for WEP. Does everybody understand how I just came to that option? It's okay if I run it, if I have to explain it again?
Okay, one thing to step aside when we go from here and also hack the box a little bit. We have what's called the Noob's Corner. Now, I don't like Noob, I don't like Script Kiddie, but in Discord and in class, any of us on the exterior, talk to him, bug him first. He's your VP.
I'm the noob, the script kiddie that I was talking
But
about.
I talked to one of us in all seriousness. Don't get behind. Pull us aside. That's why we're here. And as the club goes forward, Paul and I are just going to be in the noob corner hanging out, besides teaching you guys things. So please grab us in Discord, grab us here, grab us Twitch, grab us on here, and ask us questions. Like, I love answering questions. I love seeing the aha moment. So please feel free, if we're going fast today and we're losing you, grab one of us and be like, okay, I missed this part. So ask questions. There are no dumb questions in here. Okay? Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. So I've typed in the fact I want it to attack, I want it to use WEP, and the next part of the command is to type in the file. I'm not going to type in this file, I'm lazy, so we're just going to drag and drop, and it gives you the file path, and I'm just going to hit enter. Done. Here's the key. Let's see if this lets me do this. Copy. We're going to do that. Let's see if this works. We're going to come here for this big question here. Paste. Does it work? It works. That's how I crack the key.
Well done, sir. Anything else you want to mention before I dethrone you?
Yes. IVs, initialization vector. There's your answer here. We'll do that. We'll solve this question for you too. Is that going to work? Yes, that's the correct answer. So you can get a lot of information with the tool. There you go. Any questions? So,
Not a question, just thank you very much for showing us that.
yeah, absolutely. So I guess in closing, I highly encourage you to get involved with, if you don't want to get involved with NCL for any reason, go find another competition that you are interested in. I like NCL because it has different types of puzzles. It has me use, I might use Linux for a tool, I might just look at something and come to the answer. It's very broad in the skills and knowledge it tests and has you mess with. That's why I like it. It might not be your thing. Go do over the wire, go do under the wire, do hack the box. Have fun. That's what these things are for.
Yeah.
And that's all I got.
All right. Everybody give the human firewall a hand. Paul's more quiet than I am, but Paul knows a lot of stuff. So ask him questions. I'm the one who's the crazy theatrical person. He's the one that has solved lots of CTFs. And I know we harp on this all today, like all you've heard is, what? Join CTFs. But really, it's a great way to learn. It's a great way that I've learned. I learned by doing. I started hacking in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And I broke machines. I flooded networks. I crashed my high school. I can say that now because it's been years. I'm really old. But I learned by doing. And doing, I'm playing a game. I'm having fun with a game. And I'm learning cybersecurity skills at the same time. And you run across a really super hard one, ask anybody who's done a CTF. You get a super hard CTF that you're spending days or weeks on and you're banging your head against, and then you walk away and you come back and you finally figure it out. You really learned that because there's an emotional attachment to that learning. So we've said that a lot. And so give me a couple seconds to get into Hack the Box, and then I'm gonna be calling upon you guys to help me out. So don't go anywhere. I'm gonna be bugging you guys.
Get your Google search engines ready
Yep.
on your phone and start Googling stuff. Google food. Google food. Thing. Look it up. Like, I know very little. I'm just really good at asking Google questions.
That's a secret.
Yeah, that's my secret.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to.
Step out for a minute.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so this is a site right here where you're gonna have to hack your way in. Okay. But I've already done that, so I'm just gonna sign in. Wait, I'm gonna break the site, then sign in. Hold on. There it is. Okay, this is where I was talking about in the past, where there are VPNs that you have to connect to. Right now I'm downloading a VPN access code for my computer. Eventually. There it is.
Found this.
Did you find that? Where was that at?
It was just hanging around.
God damn it.
I was lurking. What's up, guys? Everybody? Yo, yo, yo. The famous Fleshbot enters the room.
We're doing some Hack the Box live.
Nice. Just got done showing everybody NCL. Oh,
Okay. So, what I have here is to do Hack the Box. And if you guys have any problems with this kind of stuff, please let us know. But this is a VPN. Who knows what a VPN is? Raise your hand. What is a VPN? Somebody tell me. You back row. VPN. Yes. What does that mean? Yeah. It's a hacker's best friend. It puts me in LA or Canada, or I'm usually in Canada. But yeah, basically it gives me an encrypted tunnel between my laptop and HackerBox's servers. Because, as David has warned in the past, if you're hacking in, people can hack you back. So you use an encrypted VPN tunnel to get into HackerBox. Don't worry, I'll be safe. You'll be safe if you use a VPN. This is not sponsored, by the way. So, okay. What I'm going to go pull up now is a machine called Legacy. If I can spell. Now, let me look up labs. Machines. Retired. Legacy. Okay, so let me talk about this real quickly. Let me go scroll up. I need to clone myself. There we go. Okay, so in Hack the Box, are we streaming the desktop? Yeah, good. Okay. So in Hack the Box, you have what's called boxes or machines, and you have active machines that are live. You have retired machines that, after a while, they pull them off of the active and they put them in retired, and then you can beat it and create walkthroughs of it and help people out. This is a great way to learn. retired machines because there's tons of video and like PDF website walkthroughs of each machine. Literally, some better than others, but a lot of step-by-step approaches to the machine. So I did that quite a bit, and I actually learned quite a bit just following along with their walkthroughs. So we're going to do one down here called Legacy, like I mentioned. Let me pull up real fast. Legacy. And what's going to come up is the information page for Legacy. So a lot of times here, you see where it says the little Windows icon. That means it's a Windows machine. It tells you that from the get-go. Also, the names of these machines are giveaways of what operating system or exploit is inside of them. So this one's called Legacy. So what do you think that means? So we got a Windows logo and you got a Legacy. What do you think this Windows machine is? It's older, yes. And actually, when we get into it and I show you the OS, you're going to be laughing. Oh, not that old. That would be hilarious, though. So I'm going to boot this machine up real fast, and then we're going to do a real quick walkthrough hack of it. And actually, while that does that, something that I like to do is create a folder for each Hack the Box that I'm working on. And I like to output a lot of what I'm doing. So if I like stop for a day because I've had enough of this bullshit, I come back the next day, I know where I am and what I've learned. So I've learned that's actually a really good thing to do. So we're going to start up a little folder in our documents called Hack the Box Legacy. All right, and everything we do is going to be inside this folder. Oh, a neat little trick with Kali is you can right-click inside of a folder and open a terminal inside that folder. So everything you do in that terminal is going to be outputted to that folder. It makes it easier than being on the desktop or root and having to change directories all the way back and around and down and up and down the file tree. I can just right-click, open terminal, and go. And you're going to find that with also Parrot, and I think even Ubuntu has that as well. Open terminal here. All right. So we have terminal. The problem is, I'm not admin. What are the commands to become an admin in a terminal? Hard question. Anybody know the answer? Sudo su. Yes. What does sudo, sudo stand for? Super user do. I'm not kidding. It's funny. Super user do. And then you need to put the password in. And you put it in correctly. There we are. Okay. Now, over here, I have 10.10.10.4. What is that? That's the IP address of my machine, correct? Okay, so we're going into this hack knowing what? We know what? What do we know? It's an old Windows system. We know what else? We know the IP address. Good. This is a really good start. So what's the first thing then we need to do if we're going to hack this machine? What's that? Yes. We poke it. Poking is fun. So we have the fact that it's 10.10.4. So I'm going to put out, raise your hands and online, do watch online please for me. For any questions that show up. And flag me down, yell at me, slap me, whatever. Okay. So who here has used Nmap before? Raise your hands. Beautiful. And for those of you who haven't used Nmap, you're going to learn to love it. It's an amazing program. It's super easy. You literally type in Nmap, and it gives you 80,000 different options, and there's way more than what's here. So do be warned, I am going to go kind of fast. If you need to nod your head and smile right now, that's totally fine. If you want to come back and ask us questions later or in Discord, that's totally fine as well, okay? Is that okay? Yes? Is that okay? Wake up, guys.
Blink, blink if you understood.
Blink if you're not prisoned here and want to leave. Okay, so we're going to go fast. So Nmap, TAC VV, that means verbosity. I like to do level 3. I want to see what's going on. Now, this is interesting right here, is reason. So reason basically says, why is this port open, closed, or filtered? Ports can have 3 states, open, closed, and filtered. This gives me a reason of why this port is filtered, why is it open, etc. Basically what I'm trying to do is pull as much information off this machine as I possibly can. Now I'm going to use TAC PN. That basically ignores, it doesn't send ping. It says, this machine, I know it's alive. I'm looking right at it. It says online. I know it's alive. So I'm not going to worry about trying to see if it's alive or not. So skip that step. TAC A, I call this the give me everything but the kitchen sink. This TAC A is, it gives me just like everything from services, versions, OS, aggressively give me the OS. I want to know exactly what it is. So a lot of times Nmap will give you a best guess. I'm telling you right now, guess super aggressively on what the OS is. And I'm also going to put down here OS scan. I'm basically telling it, you will give me an operating system because I need to know these things. This is version. So this gives me all the information it knows about the versions of what services are running on what ports. And then, what else do we need? There's one more thing we need. What do we need? IP, I got to tell it where to go. So 1010, .4. All right. So now Nmap is poking that with the hardest pokes. At the same time it's doing that, I'm going to open up another terminal because I ain't got time for this. There. All right. Now, who knows what NetBIOS is? Anybody? David?
Older BIOS way of communication between the boxes.
Yep, it's computer names on a network. Correct, exactly. So I know it's an older machine, so I'm going to run this against it. I know it's Windows already, because the Windows logo is right there. So I'm going to run a NetBIOS scan against it to see what shows up while the other one's running. A lot of times in hacking, you're running like 5 different scans, and then you go get a drink and wait till it gets done. It's really that sexy. All right, we didn't get a whole lot off of that, except domain name, hack the box. Yeah, we know that. Legacy, that's the name right there. All right, that didn't tell us a whole lot of nothing, but okay. Well, this is done though. Ha ha ha! Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The Windows XP machine. Do you know how many vulnerabilities this machine has? It has a lot. Basically, we can just pick a vulnerability on this probably. So you see all this information I'm getting back. Okay, right here. This is what we want to look at. So we have ports that are open. Remember all the commands we put in? We have a whole bunch of stuff here. So we got Windows XP. That's the operating system involved with it. We have port 139, port 445, and port 3389 open. There are things we can do with these ports. We're going to have fun with these ports. Any questions so far? I'm going fast. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, we're going to do this the easier way by using Metasploit. Who has heard of Metasploit? Not used it. Who's heard of it? All right. 2 people have. Perfect. Okay, so we have, like I said, port 139, which is Open NetBIOS. We have Open Microsoft DS Microsoft of 445 and 3389. Okay. So what we're going to do with that, so what these are up there, these are SMB. What does SMB stand for? David? Server message block. Yeah, so it's a networking, it's a server, it's networking. So let's go poke this a little bit more and find out what we can look up on this. So what we're going to do is we notice that we have 3 ports open. So let's dig deeper in those 3 ports, in those ports there, and find out what else we can find. So we're going to do nmap, tac VVV, and we're going to tell it port 139, port 445. Let's just deal with those 2 right now. Now, nmap has a ton of what's called scripts. It's different codes that it can run if you tell it to pull from its library of scripts that it has inside of Kali and say, hey, look up some stuff on SMB, run some scripts on SMB. Because more than likely, there's going to be some really good vulnerabilities that we can pull. So I'm going to ask nmap right now to look up some scripts and run some scripts against this machine. I'm just making sure I'm putting in the correct, because by the way, if you don't put this in correctly, nmap will laugh at you. And then it'll throw a fatal error and be drama.
Wouldn't that be great if Hacker Tools actually like laughed at you?
Oh, dude, that would be so awesome. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I know, I fucked up. Come on, just let it. Troll me, heck, it's fine, whatever. No, but it throws fatal errors and bitches at you if you put in things wrong. Oh, shit. Like I just did there. Hit the enter button. .10.4. All right, there we go. Ooh, look at this. Yay! MS 17-10. Yeah, it looks like we have a winner right here, huh? Remote code execution vulnerability. I want somebody to look up this right here. CVE 2017-0143, please. Who can tell me what a CVE is?
Unknown vulnerability.
Yeah, it's not an unknown vulnerability. It's a vulnerability that's been found.
Yeah, that's been found.
And it's been found and been documented on CVEs. Look up the National Vulnerability Database, look up CVE website. They have updated constantly, daily, tons of vulnerabilities that get found and get posted up there so you can keep an eye on things. That's part of threat hunting when you're dealing with like keeping your network defended. You're going to keep an eye on the CVEs. And if you're a red team, you're going to keep an eye on the CVEs and go, ooh, because you won't see 0 days up there, but you'll see things that are like, probably should patch. Yeah, so we found ourselves a good one. Risk factor is high. Remote code execution. That probably means you can drop a shell right in that machine and work our way around as an admin or user or whatever. Okay, what you got?
It's a vulnerability in a lot of Windows operating systems, but yeah, it's remote code execution vulnerability.
Nice. I believe what this is, it's called Eternal Blue. Somebody look up Eternal Blue for me. Yes, it is. I'm going to use the famous one, I think, to bot my way into this machine. Huh?
NSA developed that.
Yes, they did. It's one of the ones that got leaked. NSA had some really cool tools. Let me just tell you that. Legally right now is all I can say, but they had some really cool tools. All right, so welcome to Metasploit. If you're hacking and getting into hacking, this is your friend. This is going to make a lot of hack the box and other hacking really easy because basically, we don't have time for Metasploit 101 today, but it's a framework that has tons of modules in it. So you can search for these modules and find one that you can use for your vulnerability. Just put some options in, let it run, and it will usually pop back a shell to you or whatever you need to do. Or you can scan machines with it, etc. Really great stuff. Metasploit is, I can't talk about it enough. But what we're going to do is we have what? Search MS 17 dash 10? Yes. Dash 010, excuse me. All right. Yep, there it is. Eternal blue. Nice. We're going to have some fun with Eternal blue today. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to tell Metasploit to use this guy right here. I'm going to copy that and paste it. So what I'm telling Metasploit right now is I'm saying, hey, pull up this module that has these Eternal blues in it, and let's use that.
That's not it. You copied one line below it.
Oh no, I have to copy this. I got to tell it where to look at in its files.
You have to go up 2 lines.
No, that's the name of it. This is just a name. This is the actual.
No,
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you
wrap
anyway.
it around.
Yeah,
They wrap around.
it's wrapped around exactly.
So you want to go up 2 lines.
No, this is the one I used last time.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's this one too. This is a Windows kernel pool corruption. This one is the remote code execution.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's a kernel pool. It's another Eternal blue hack, but good eye, good eye. Okay. So what I need to do now is I need to show. I need to spell options correctly. I'm a hacker. I'm not a spelling bee person. Okay. So what I need to do here, this is the module. So I need to go here to our hosts. I have to tell it what I need it to go a hack, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set our hosts to what? 10.10.10.4, right? Good. Yeah. So show me options again. Now what I'm going to probably go ahead and do is right here, I'm going to change this lhost. This is lhost. Okay, so what is lhost?
Localhost.
Which is me.
Like me?
Yeah. Our host is who's receiving this attack. So lhost, I'm going to change that to me. So what I need to do real fast is I need to type in ifconfig because I need to know what my IP address is in terms of, here it is right here, 10.10.14.13. That's me. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it that. So set lhosts to 10.10.14.13. That's me. Good.
I got a question on the chat.
Yep. Go for it.
Where did you get MS17-010?
Hmm?
Spelled it wrong.
So what wrong?
LolzS. You didn't say it.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell me that again.
Where did you get MS17-010?
Oh, that was in the nmap lookup. Oh, I see what I did. There we go. That'll work.
There's no S.
Oh, there's no. Oh, there's R hosts and an L host. Yeah. Got it. That was it. That was it. Good eye, David. Yep, there it is. L host. So now let's double check just to make sure. I'm going too fast. There it is. Yep. Now we saved it. All right. So now we just type in run and literally just let it pop me a shell.
So what is a shell again?
A shell is, good question. A shell is basically a remote way of me opening up a communication channel from that hacking machine from my victim to me. There's multiple shells. There's reverse shells, regular shells. This is a regular shell right into, and now see we're in. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, and hackers and peoples, that means, you know, the usual hacker movie, I'm in. Well, I'm in. It never gets old when you pop a shell in a machine and you can hack into it. Now, okay, so I'm in. Well, now what? I'm scared. I'm excited. What? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta figure out who I am. I got to figure out where I am. So one of the ways I'm going to do that, and Meterpreter has its own little language, so we're going to use get UID. Okay, NT authority system. That's sounding really good. That sounds like I might be able to move around pretty easily within this, okay? So what does PWD? I just gave you a hint. What does PWD stand for? Which means, yep, where am I at? So the first things I need to know, two things I need to know. I need to know, I popped the shell in. Okay, who am I? And where am I? Those are the first two things you got to ask yourself. And then you can start moving your way around. And this is a Windows machine. So it's like what you're normally used to, like a C drive, blah, 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 move around. That's all it is. So this is easy because it's a Windows machine. We're all very used to this. And it's Windows XP, which is just really funny to me. And I'm over here laughing about it personally. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving myself up and to a higher level on the machine in terms of the file directory. Okay, so now see, I'm at C:. Okay, so let me move over to the wonderful, beautiful world of Windows XP, documents and settings. All right. Yep, I mean, like I've been saying, very beautiful. All right, and these are the people that are on it and their area. So I'm going to go for John. Let's CD into John's directory and see what John has. Shoot, wrong one. There it is. Ooh, okay. Application data, cookies, desktops. I'm going to go look on his desktop first. Maybe he has some like naughty pictures on there or something. I don't know.
His password file, maybe?
Yeah, that's it. That would be amazing. Uh-oh. I have a TXT file on his desktop, which that is a really big major hint that that's where the flag is for Hack the Box. Okay. Now I'm in the terminal here. I'm not actually clicking through a GUI on his desktop. So how do I read this TXT file? What command should I use? CAT, yes, C-A-T, which stands for, what does it stand for? It's a harder question. It stands for concatenate. Fancy way of saying read. So I'm going to cat. I couldn't spell concatenate.
Yeah, exactly.
I can barely even say it. I just catted it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is our flag right here. Yay! Okay, but that's just user though. I'm not root yet. Do we want to have root? That's kind of the goal of this. When you usually hack a machine, you want to have root access. I want to basically say, that machine is my bitch. That's what you want to say. So, okay, so we have that now. And I've already plugged in the flag, so over here you would see submit flag, and you plug that in, and then basically you would put it in, you get points. Okay, so we still have our shell, but I'm John. I'm not admin. I don't like that. I'm not going to settle for that. We're going to leave on admin access. So what I want to do is I want to bounce back out to the very top again. And since I know the structure already, I'm going to just kind of skip some steps here. So I'm going to do CD administrator, and then I need Mr. Administrator's desktop. Now sometimes this is a shot in the dark. Sometimes it's going to say, nah, not that easy. Sometimes it's going to let you write in. So can we have fingers crossed? Everybody cross your fingers. Everybody cross your fingers. Oh, I didn't get a no. What does that mean? Hey! We found the root file. It was on the admin desktop. Because that would make sense. That's where you keep your passwords, right?
Yes.
You guys don't? You guys don't? Hand in the back.
Do you have to put single quotes on every location that you're going to?
Yes, fucking annoying.
Does it have autocomplete with tabs?
No. If I do the first one, it might complete it with the second. Oh, I don't know. Got me pondering now. Because basically, with this, especially with this machine, you need to tell it like move to this directory. Okay. If you just say document to settings, it's going to go. I can't find that. You need to tell it documents and settings. But I don't know if it'll actually autocomplete tabs. I'm actually really curious to know.
Do you have to put the absolute tab, or can you put relative tabs?
What's that?
Do you have to put the absolute tabs like C and this drive, or can you just
Without the quotes, you might be able to, if you were literally like putting it C colon blah 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 blah. You might be able to tell it like, no, seriously, this whole field, yeah. But I think the, if I'm not mistaken, I think the parentheses, the quotes around it, is telling it, hey, just move. You see this in the directory right now? Move there. So, but I think you're right though. I think I could see if I gave it the full absolute path. That might work actually. It's also a lot of work, and hackers are usually lazy as hell. So I'm going to try what he said. I'm going to say cat root.txt. Oh, it does. You're right. It auto-completes it. And then there we go. We have the root flag. Now we have root access. That machine is now mine.
Wow, lead hacker.
I hacked that machine in 40 minutes-ish.
Man, is that company embarrassed or what?
That company's, well, their passwords were on the actual like desktop. Yeah, you should be a little bit embarrassed. I should probably change your background to being like the pink tutu guy.
You should change the flag to something else.
What's that?
You should change the flag to something else.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck with everybody else past me, and you're like, oh.
You gotta reset the machine.
All right,
It's a
so
little better than having it on your computer.
so yes, today you leave the room having watched somebody hack into a machine. So that's all we have for today. Today was kind of fun watching things. So any questions we have right now? Any questions at all?
So the external root lets you jump around from all the way from root to users to anything.
In this machine, the way it was currently set up, correct. You will not. This is the exception to the rule. A lot of times, I hope you're going to have, admin behind a password. In this field, in this one actually here, the admin did not have a password. I was able to move from user to admin like that. Most of the time, you've got to drop stuff into it. You've got to install something into that. You got to through terminal. I can actually go and say, hey, download this from GitHub. Run a script in Python, because most newer machines will have Python at least in it. This is XP, so good luck with that. I mean, the Metasploit, the other way of doing it besides Metasploit is a little bit harder. Like there's actually scripts you got to run, and it's a little bit more difficult. But this one was an easier one to show. But yeah, hopefully, I wish there was an admin password there. That would have made it harder, but that would have been more secure. Any other questions?
I got one. So, is every password for root access saved to a text file?
God, I wish. God, I wish. But no, I mean, most of the time, I'm going to have to either find a hash, or I'm going to have to brute force it, or I'm going to have to find some sort of side channel attack to get around the password. This is a super easy, super beautiful, heavenly machine to hack into. Most of the time, this is way harder than this. Yeah. What's that? Yes, you can. Anything involving Wi-Fi or Bluetooth in the car? Yes. Actually, DEF CON has villages dedicated to just hacking cars and hacking, especially Teslas. Oh my God, Teslas.
That was like my favorite.
That's
2019
juicy. That's juicy.
2019 was awesome. They had an actual Tesla on the floor, in the room. They were hacking it actively, and I think somebody even took a sledgehammer to the hood. It was
Oh yeah, the longer it
Slicker
stays there, the
over.
worse it looks.
Oh yeah.
That's the rule. Yeah, with those ones there, a lot of them have Bluetooth hookups now. I can use my phone. I can download a Bluetooth tool on my phone, and I can see Bluetooth connections. I can jump on that connection. I can play music. I can do whatever. I'm walking by somebody's Tesla that has Bluetooth turned on. I can scan for it usually and jump onto it. Now, a lot of the newer Kali and Parrot and so forth have Bluetooth attacks tools in them built in. So that you literally just look up those tools, run scans, find your Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and you can hop right into the dashboard. And you can stop. You can stop the car. You can start the car remotely on a terminal if you're not secure. What's that? Oh yeah. If you have a Bluetooth device, I actually have a hardware. The question was, can I run this on my own devices and scan things? I actually have a lab at home that's set up with a router and so forth. That I set up these kind of things. For work, I was hacking IoT devices, which is Internet of Things, which is like anything Wi-Fi enabled plugs, lamps, bulbs, etc. I was hacking stuff like that. So if you have room and you have a setup, I do it all the time. I have fun. Like I literally just play video games and hack. That's all I do. So yeah, you can totally do that. If you have a Tesla, now what I always also say though, don't hack your own shit. Do not hack your own shit. You could break it. You don't want to break your stuff. I don't want to buy a Tesla to break it. But that's why DEF CON has these machines here, so you can hop in and start playing around with these tools and learn them yourself. But go find like an old laptop or go find like an old Bluetooth device or a used one, put it on your lab table and poke it and see what you can come up with. Absolutely. I recommend it. Any other questions? I know I'm giving us past time, 15 minutes past time. I owe you guys. So any other questions? Not currently. We would have to get a hold of a car that would be allowed to hack.
Well,
But there
actually,
are.
there's a solution
Hi,
right here.
Paul.
He was saying something
Okay,
about
so
that.
yes, okay. Paul has a. We're holding hands now. Thanks, guys.
So I got actually when I got invited. Story behind this is I got invited to Colorado to University of Boulder or whatever, something near Boulder, college near Boulder. I don't care. They're from Colorado. I don't give a shit. But anyway, they had a hackathon.
Colorado,
I was there
God.
as- I don't like Colorado.
Fucking Colorado, man. Paul
anyway,
does not Colorado.
Yeah,
Anyway, I got
Damn.
invited to be an advisor for a hackathon that they had. And if you don't know what hackathon is, they basically just invited everybody that was interested. Didn't matter if you knew anything about computers, on you go. And they had different companies there that just had different challenges. And I was there because the company was like, our challenge, if you want to do it at this hackathon, is we want you to design a game to teach people about cybersecurity. I was there as a resource to talk to students about how cybersecurity works. While I was there, I got invited to attend a car hacking workshop. I got to hack a car. And so anyway, I have a VM of all the computer systems of the car, and I have a workshop for it. So if that's something you guys are interested in, that's a resource available to you that we can go through. And you can have that VM and the workshop to practice on your own. Like it's free knowledge, you know. It's up to you. It's up to the officers as well what they want to do. It's your guys' club. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do.
Here we are.
So